Okay, let's see where we are. I haven't looked at this in like a week or something. Probably a little longer. Do a quick check and make sure the game still loads and stuff. Try to remember what we did. I know we have one bug in the A-star pathfinding, and there are some efficiency gains to be had for sure in the A-star pathfinding, but it does work. If I remember right, last time I looked at this, I had talked about wanting to do some kind of general refactoring on it. But I kind of just plain don't feel like doing that tonight. So what I think I'm going to do instead is work on like interstitials between the maps. Because right now, you know, if we were to clear this map on the next frame, we would just be on the new map, and that's obviously not what we want, right? So what I think I'll do is I was thinking about creating the notion of a map interstitial. And, you know, I'm not like a UX person, but I think for Pico 8 and for this this kind of game, I think what I'm just going to do is, before every map starts, display, you know, stage N and maybe one line of text wherein we can shoehorn in some plot if we want to. So that'll be an interstitial. And then, you know, when you win or lose a map, we need some kind of notification on the screen, right? That you won or you lose or retry or whatever. I don't know if we'll get to that tonight. I don't know what I'll call that. But that is the same kind of problem. There won't be any customization on a per map basis of that win or lose prompt, obviously, because there's not a lot to say. There's no plot there or whatever. That's just like, did you win? So it's not exactly the same thing, but it's kind of thematically fits. So tonight, let's hack on that map interstitial thing a bit, and then depending on what I figure out or really think through next, it'll be, yeah, that ending splash thing, and then we're starting to get to I don't want to say the polish, because there's still a lot of gameplay to stub out, but really then we need to have the menu for doing the... How's it going, Stack Hat? Yeah, my beard, it kind of... I stopped, you know, giving a shit when I didn't leave my house because of COVID anymore, and I let it grow in a little bit, and I was like, it's actually fine. So now I have a bigger beard. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, like, what to do here. And I think I've been muttering to myself. You just start streaming the second part of your NES RGB thing. Is that what you mean? Did you get a new board for that? Okay, nice. Did you get a new board for that, or did you just like bite the bullet and fix the lifted pads, or what did you do? Bought a new board, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I haven't done it in a long time, but like when I was a kid, I was like really into electronics and stuff, and yeah, that kind of problem seemed like the very tedious, not fun kind of electronics problem to solve. So yeah, +1 for throwing that board away and starting over. I think you should just like find that guy who sold you the piss Sega and see if you can sell him your dead board on eBay. I think that's the winning move there. Got to create a new account or whatever. Like close the circle of karmic justice. Your PS2, like, it killed it modding it, or what? What is a mod bow? I'm not like huge into the console mod scene, though. I think it's all pretty cool. So is that like where you bypass the optical reader and you're reading ROMs off of like a SD card kind of thing? Like just ROM images or something? Is that the idea? For playing burned discs, okay. So is it like bypassing some kind of optical copyright protection then? Is that the thing? Because I've heard of that too, but again, I don't know too much about the hardware stuff. Play games through network. How does that work? I'm trying to even remember. So yeah, like a PS2, I guess, just had an Ethernet port, right, or a Wi-Fi. I'm trying to even remember. Like I had a PS2, but oh, weird. Okay. So is that like is that software like a game that you load in the console and then it knows like how to stream over the network or what? There's no hardware involved in that? Is that correct? Okay, that's pretty cool. I hadn't heard about that. Okay, so like you boot the PS2 normally and then load like a save file that contains the soft mod firmware or something? Is that the deal? Is it like an OS level exploit essentially? It's automatic. Okay, weird. I don't know how that would all fit together. I mean, I believe you, of course. It loads the software automatically. Yeah, it's OS level. Okay, so it's like someone found an exploit on the operating system for the PlayStation and it auto loads. Yeah, okay, all right. That's pretty cool. So, like, I haven't done it in almost 2 years, unfortunately, but I used to be like a penetration tester, like a, quote-unquote hacker or whatever. And my whole thing was always web app penetration testing, but I've always wanted to get more into, like, binary exploits, because that shit is just straight up cool. Yeah, I guess if I made any contribution to the field here, and it's kind of an if. I wrote a web shell command and control piece of software that is like standard kit now on there's a Linux distro called Black Arch, which is like an Arch Linux distro made for penetration testers. Yeah, I'm a big fan of these. These work pretty well. Yeah, what are they? DT770 Pro? I'm not like a huge audiophile, but I did a lot of research and I bought these and had them about 18 months, and I'm like a big fan of these things. But yeah, anyway, the software there is pretty interesting. I think it's like pretty cool. I'm proud of it. It's like a Trojan that implements a common API, and that Trojan is implemented in a few languages. And then there's a client that can talk to all those Trojans, and it implements like the same suite of functionality, and just gives you some like really clever tricks in terms of like emulating different pieces of software and stuff on the server to make discovery and exploit on remote boxes a lot more convenient than you would have without this software. So I'm pretty proud of that thing, and one of my goals for this year is to rewrite this in a different language, like literally just port it, because I wrote this in Node.js, which is JavaScript, and the more I won't say the more I use JavaScript, because I've been using JavaScript for like 10 plus years, but I just have come to hate the language and ecosystem. So I want to rewrite this in a language called either Go or another one called Rust. I'm not sure yet, and that would solve some problems I'm having as an open source maintainer, whereby my biggest complaint with JavaScript is shit just bit rots away from beneath you so fast, and I'm getting real tired of that. But yeah, anyway, I might do some like pen tester stuff later on in the year, rewrite this thing or something. I'm not sure. Good purchase of good headphones. Yeah, I've been really happy with them so far. Like again, I'm not an audiophile, but to my layman ears, it sounds pretty good, and they're very comfortable. And the thing I liked is that like you can replace parts individually. You don't have to just pitch the whole thing in the landfill if it breaks on you. So you know, like you, I assume I'm kind of a right to repair advocate or whatever. I don't want to make e-waste if I don't have to, you know. Yeah, I agree. We should team up on something. I don't know what, but yeah, that'd be cool. Cause yeah, like, I think I'm dropping frames again. Sorry, my ISP is trash. My back, no. Oh my god. Okay, I think we stabilized. Yeah, I mean that's cool. Just like modding and you know hacking on stuff is totally worthwhile. You don't really need hugely ambitious projects or whatever. One of these days, I think I would like to get into drones, like specifically FPV drones, because that would give me something to screw around with in terms of hardware or whatever. I was at DEF CON in 2017, and there's a really awesome talk called Game of Drones. And the talk is on YouTube if you want to see it, but it was about a physical penetration tester who built this badass like network intrusion drone, and he would fly it. Well, this was like part of the talk. Most of the talk was about like defense against drones, but part of it though, he had made this badass interceptor drone and would like fly into a building and connect to their Wi-Fi and start, you know, going to town. It's pretty cool shit. Debating 3D printing a drone and making it, yeah, that'd be super cool. I assume that there's all kinds of drone stuff on Thingiverse or whatever. if you had like one of those like carbon fiber printers, that would probably be perfect for drone printing. I don't know if those things are still crazy expensive though or whatever. Last I saw, they were like a couple grand or something still. I don't know if they've gotten better. But maybe even just with like a normal PLA or whatever it is, it'd be... Yeah, tons of open source. Yeah. I think that'd be super, super cool. Drones just in general are really, really awesome. I've never gotten into them, really. I have like a small one, like, you know, that big or whatever, playing card size, but I've never gotten like a proper FPV rig built or anything like that, though I would love to do that eventually. Man, I wish I could solve this stupid upload problem. I need to just, I don't know, stream at 720p so at least it doesn't totally trash the stream when it happens. You can print carbon fiber. Okay, that's cool. Do you need specialty equipment for that anymore, or are there now just like filaments for normal printers that can handle that kind of thing? Carbon fiber filament, okay. Need a stainless steel nozzle, okay. See, the one I was looking at was like a special printer. But yeah, it makes sense if you could just like put a carbon fiber thread or something in like the normal PLA or whatever. That makes sense. Is that what they're doing essentially now? Is it just kind of like embedded in the normal plasticky stuff? Is that the idea? Okay, mixture PLA and carbon fiber. Yeah, that'd be cool for a drone. That'd be really cool. Should totally do it, man. Like even just like a small one or whatever to start with, right? Just, I don't know, and work up to more elaborate. PLA is very loud on its own. What are like the structural properties of PLA though? Like I guess drones like. I guess a drone would be subject to less force than like an airplane or whatever, right? Where you have like long wings that need to flex and stuff. So maybe I'm overvaluing the need for rigidity in the frame. I don't know. But do people make drones just with like normal PLA stuff? Does that work all right? And yeah, I guess you're right. Probably the weight is probably more important than the rigidity, isn't it? More brittle is a better word. Okay, okay. So maybe you just do that thing where you print, you know, some shields like around the kind of circumference of the drone, and you just expect those to be consumables or whatever in case you smash into the wall or whatever, which is sort of inevitable, at least according to me. I still smash my little drone pretty regularly. It doesn't bend well. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess, like... I'll impact more stranded material. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just... The idea then would be to make some little feeler bumper arms or whatever, and you just plan on breaking those things off once a night or whatever, printing new ones. I guess you could make the... You could keep the body from being destroyed, I guess, with the little engineering or whatever. What I'm trying to do here tonight is just create, like, when you start the game, just like a little splash before each map that says like stage 1 and some plot text if we care or whatever. That's what I'm trying to do here. Maybe TPU bumpers. What is TPU? Another kind of printing material, presumably? Oh, okay. I didn't know you could print that stuff. That's pretty interesting. Is that kind of like equivalent to like Kydex, I guess? Is that sort of the idea? Because I've worked with Kydex manually, but I don't have any first-hand printing experience at all. I think I got kicked out of my own chat. Let me refresh. It's more like rubber. Okay. Interesting. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, that seems like that'd be like an ideal bumper kind of material. Yeah, that sounds like perfect. Trying to think now where to actually load this crap in. Maybe a map load. I guess TPU, is that kind of like a silicone kind of material? That would sort of make sense. I think a lot of those cases are like. Yeah, fair. Smash the keyboard and hope for the best. It's pretty much my approach to programming too. Also with a lot of copy and paste from Stack Overflow. Yeah. No, fair enough. I've never done any 3D printing. For a while, I got into CNC milling. I have a Shipoko 3 mill, and I used to run it just in my apartment there, but this apartment is so bad for attempting to mill anything for a number of reasons. I gave that to a buddy who set it up in his dad's workshop, and he's using that now for actual work. But like I'm familiar with this stuff. One of the other projects I wrote a long time ago, and this isn't like amazing or anything. No one uses this thing but me. But I wrote a little command line G-code sender for controlling Gerbil, GRBL or whatever it is, the little Arduino-based G-code sender. And this again, likewise, I was saying, I wrote it in JavaScript, and it has bit rotted to death. So like, I guess I need to write this in a grown-up language now too. It's now unusable. I hate JavaScript so much. The language was a mistake. So let's see here. We edit the game, we load the title screen. What's the deal with an Ender 3? I don't know too much about the brands. Is that like entry level or what is it? Oh, I appreciate it. Don't worry about that. Like, what I'm gonna do, hopefully in the next few months, is move to some place with like a proper garage and stuff. And then I'm gonna set up like a for real workshop. But right now I'm just like trying to get rid of stuff because like all I have in my apartment is like workshop-y kind of stuff. I'm dropping frames again, damn it. And yeah, I'm bursting at the seams here. Entry-level printer, okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll probably get into 3D printing though when I have the space to do it, because that sounds really, really cool. Yeah, highly moddable is nice. I've been like adjacent to the 3D printing scene for a long time, since like the MakerBot days or whatever, because I've been a member at a hackerspace around here for a long, long time. And I remember when the stuff was first coming out, some of the guys there developed some genuine expertise in this stuff. So I've kind of watched this stuff from the sidelines for a while, but I've still never really personally gotten involved in it at all. But I think it looks like a lot of fun. One use case I have in my mind for this stuff is like, you know, when I did the hardware stream the other day, you saw I have a bunch of just computer crap everywhere. When I move, I think I would like to build like a proper, I don't know, 10U server rack or something. And I think a 3D printer might be helpful for printing some, you know, mounting brackets and that kind of thing. Because like if I do try to go the route of stuffing 6 GPUs in a server rack, it's like, I don't know if I'm gonna find hardware that accommodates that off the shelf. Yeah, right. So I don't know. So that's kind of like my use case. But first, I just need to move and get out of an apartment and get into a proper garage, or else I won't be able to do it. Yeah, sure. Just printing knick-knack kind of stuff. I totally get that. It seems like a pretty good application of the tech. I don't know why my ISP is so bad tonight. This is ridiculous. Yeah, they totally have a monopoly, and it's garbage. I have like Cox here, and I'm in a university town, the flagship university town. I'm in Gainesville, Florida, flagship university of the state. Can't get internet here. It's ridiculous, just inexcusable. For whatever reason, like these people, the city commission, or whatever, years and years ago, ran Google Fiber out of town when they were talking about coming here. So like, there goes any competition we would have ever had. It's just total garbage here. And then I'm paying like $100-something a month, but the connection is such complete shit that I recently had to pay AT&T. I've upgraded to like paying them $80 a month on top of this 100 because I need a reliable cellular backup. Again, because like it's just like a daily event that I lose internet, and it's like I'm working remote. I mean, that's not acceptable. So yeah, it's like I'm paying $200 a month for internet, and it's complete garbage. Gigabit would be incredible. It's bananas to me that you can get gigabit where you are. Yeah, no ISP wants to come up there. Yeah, are you on some kind of like co-op thing, or who even provides it up there? I would assume up there you'd only have satellite and nothing else, but I guess not, because yours is better than mine. I've never even heard of those guys, GCI and ACS. Never even heard of them. They're not in my area. I'm pretty confident, unfortunately, because again, it seems like you get better service than I do. Is that because like the? Okay, is that because like the military presence up there or something? I'm just shocked that you have better service in Alaska than we can get down here. Like, I'm wondering who did that. It seems like capitalism would want to neglect you guys. Alaskan companies? That's cool. I'm glad you got it. That's surprising, but I'm glad. Probably is the military. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it seems like that would be the priority up there. I don't know. We were chatting on Discord the other day, but I'm, still actually pretty serious about maybe moving to Alaska eventually. Like, my first step, without question, is just getting the hell out of Gainesville. I hate it here. So I'll probably buy some house, and then I think what I would like to do is, as a Florida man, come visit Alaska once in the summer, feel it out, come home the next year, go visit it in the winter, and see if I'm gonna like fucking die. See if my Florida man blood freezes. Yeah, but if I survive it, I'm pretty ready to leave Florida and the world and go live in a quiet Alaskan cabin somewhere. That sounds pretty ideal to me right now. So I might be picking your brain about Alaska stuff in a few months once, the world is hopefully approximately back to normal. Anchorage or Wasilla, yeah. Anchorage is the capital, right? Is that correct? It's the largest city up there? Juneau's the capital. Oh, okay. Anchorage is the largest. Okay. Yeah, that's probably what I would do. Like, I like to think that I would thrive out in the woods in the middle of nowhere. And in Florida, that is likely true. But I'm not going to overlook the fact that Alaska can literally kill you. And as much as I'm not thrilled about this, for the last 10, 15 years have been a city slicker. So yeah, I'd probably stay relatively close to the cities, at least until I, kind of develop my street smarts for the weather, I suppose. Okay, yeah, that would be great. I'll look up Wasilla, because I'm serious about this. I would like to go. I was chatting with Mom about this too. Because if I moved, she would probably come too. We don't live together, but we live really close by. She lives 20 minutes away or whatever. And she grew up in Maine and is like, man, if you go to Alaska, I'm coming too. So I think that'd be pretty cool. We just kind of uproot and move. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Unless, again, my Florida blood freezes and I die. cold sky was minus 20. I've never experienced anything like that at all. If it gets down into the 30s in Florida, it's unusual. It has gotten down to the 20s like once in my life or something. I do think the cold down here is worse than elsewhere, just because it's always humid down here, even when it's cold. So it's like a wet cold, right? I don't know if Alaska's that way or not. I was in Chicago in like 2012, 13 for some 200-year historic snowfall or something, and I was kind of surprised to see that the cold didn't really bother me, because again, it wasn't the wet cold we get down here. Anchorage is wet cold. Okay, Fairbanks gets a negative 40. Holy shit. See, I would just be worried about, like, you know, I'm a smart guy, I know how to use Google, but currently I have like no idea how to keep my car from freezing and that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like there's probably all kinds of like relatively mundane survival skills that you guys know instinctively that would be totally new to me. So I'd probably ease my way up there, start in the summer, meet some people, start developing my street smarts, I guess, right? I don't want to put this here. Maybe I have to put this here. Interesting. See, I'm just driving like a bone stock Honda Civic, so like that stuff, you can bolt it onto any car, I imagine, right? Like, is there just like a winterization kit or something that would fit the common makes and models of cars? Is that how that works? I know you said like Subarus and stuff are really popular up there, but I assume that you can retrofit literally any car. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, it's that kind of stuff, that just like day-to-day living kind of stuff up there that I would have to spend some time reading about. Electric cars do okay. All right. Okay, that's good to know. The Civic I have now is obviously an internal combustion engine, but I'm kind of hoping this thing is the last ICE car I ever own, because I just like the electric tech better. So I'm just gonna drive this thing till it explodes. That's what I've done with my only other car I've ever had. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's not great. But yeah, it might be a worthwhile trade-off though. What did I do? Yeah. Yeah. I don't really understand the economics of it, but I hear that nuke plants are just not financially efficient for the most part these days. It seems like the economics might be different in Alaska though, where like certainly solar and presumably wind and stuff aren't good good options. You were saying before is like you guys are like mostly coal powered up there, right? Coal and gas or something, is that right? I guess that makes sense because there's like a lot of oil drilling up in Alaska. Is that correct? Coal? Okay. Yeah, and gas. Okay. That makes sense. I don't need that. Do this. That'll be fine. Well, companies run the state. That probably sucks. I mean, it's good to have industry up there, but I'm sure they have no reluctance to spoil the natural beauty of the place. So that sucks. I don't know too much about it, but you know, seems like it comes up in the news every so often where they want to drill in some national forest or preserve or something. Oh, weird. I would kind of assume that the population of Alaska would be too, I guess, libertarian to have any interest in a state income tax. Though I guess the population, what they want, probably doesn't matter. I hate this code I'm writing. I feel like I'm doing this in not the stupidest way possible, but surely a stupid way. 10% votes independent, yeah, that's probably pretty high, I would imagine. I think I read in Florida it's like 3% of the population is registered independent or something like that. So, yeah, I would assume 10 is fairly high. Also, don't know if independent would count people registered libertarian or green or whatever. I don't know. Because you might have 10% independent and then another whatever percent third party. I'm doing this in such a stupid way. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. Let me do this. I was about to put a bunch of gross checks in a very hot code path, and that's just plain stupid. So what am I doing? Okay, so dump this. What do I want? Main is going to call screens load. It's going to call this. Somehow we end up in the battle screen, and this is the hot path. So what I want is an interstitial screen, I think. I think that would make the most sense. So it'd be what? the we'd have an update loop for the interstitial screen. So map load, what does map load do? So do I need this anymore? I don't even need any of these. I don't want that. So map load. To remember how this all threads together. Load title. So map or am I changing the screen? I'm not, okay. Yeah, that's right. I'm like plugging in different objects into game.screen and they all implement the same interface. That's how this works, or approximately the same interface. So map load needs to like change the screen to display an interstitial. I kind of hate that though. What is this thing called? It's called when we advance. It's called in the battle screen update. See, I don't want this code in the battle screen. I don't want all these checks in there because again that's a really hot code path. And it just seems like a waste. So reset calls load, and of course it would. Advance calls load, of course it would. The battle screen... Actually, maybe that's not so bad, because that would be gated behind... That would be gated behind the check that must be there to determine if the battle is won or lost. So that has to be there. And that path isn't hot by the time you win or lose. So that could be fine. That would leave... You would also need to check... Maybe I wasn't, I don't know. Maybe I... I guess I could just put that check in the path and just put one quick show flag or something like I was doing, but I feel like that isn't the way, though. I don't know. What is this thing called? I don't think a language server can do that. Yeah, this is too dynamic. So I mean, okay, so just in the game update 60 loop, I'm calling an update method on the current screen every loop through the update 60 call, obviously. So the question is, where would I create game.screen.interstitial and load it in? Because if I did that, that could be its own self-contained little world, and I would kind of have to do that because I really don't want to try to shoehorn a draw method in here. This is complex enough as it is, really. So yeah, screw that. So let's assume that this is the way. We'll do... or not update. We'll have interstitial update, interstitial draw, and forget, how do you print in this damn thing? Draw us a 10-10. Obviously we don't care about any of this right now. I just want to draw some crap, right? And 7 is white. Let's say we want... yeah, let's do this. Let's just get this drawing and then worry about the plumbing to like wire it up correctly. Let's just break our game for a second here. The other thing, how do I make the background black? What was that all about? I guess I probably look it up in the title. Draw rectfill. That seems correct. And what? Just need to know color values. Well, who even cares? 12 will be that blue. That's fine, whatever, who cares? So, okay. We have a draw method for an interstitial, so let's go just do this real quick. Oh wait, this is going to be weird too. Can I do this? Okay, whatever. We're doing this. There's a couple refactorings. Map 1, line 2. Map or maps? It's the map. Screen. Main 19, attempt to call method update and nil value. Are you sure? Oh, yeah. Need to include this file. Okay, so now we have an interstitial screen. And now what? This thing needs to know the current map, and I would prefer to pass that in as an argument, but this really isn't wired up for that currently. So let's just do local head is map.current. What did I do? Map current, enter head, and then we can print that. Map.current. Map.current. INTR. I don't know why that isn't there. Map.current.interstitial.head. Sure seems like that should be a thing. Have I not loaded a map? Maybe I do that in title, which is kind of gross if that's what I'm actually doing. That's what I'm doing. I think I can just do this. Right? Yeah, okay, there we go. So that is an improvement. So when the game initializes, we load map 1, and then our interstitial screen can read a map. And I wish I could pass that as a parameter, but I guess we'll just read this global for now. And then really, let's get rid of the, I mean, not like this matters even a little, but, well, it kind of matters. I want to get rid of that allocation, not for memory purposes or CPU purposes, but because we're working against the pick-away token count. Let's get rid of that allocation and do the same thing. There's this XY, I think. Print the body. Now it should say foobar baz or whatever. Yeah, okay, great. So that looks like garbage, but that's in keeping with our aesthetic of looking like garbage. That's fine. We'll fix all that later. Not even worth it. Okay, so now what? So I guess like I want it where you can like I either want it where it says stage 1 or whatever for n seconds and then advances, or I want it where you press, you know, X to continue. And I don't know which I want. Maybe the X to continue thing. I guess it's bike shedding here. I guess who cares? I'll do the X to continue thing. So how's this going to work? I guess this is worth plumbing from the beginning. So we now can draw an interstitial. It looks like garbage, but we don't care. I don't know what that comment's about. This is what we want. That's fine. Nothing to remove there. So we start the game. We hit X. And so the title screen update should on... When you make your selection, it should load. Even there's nuance here too. This behavior should be different on a one-player map versus two-player map. but let's ignore that for now. Yep. What color is black? Is it 0? I think it's 0. Oops. Okay. And then here, load the map interstitial. And then let's remember to handle this differently. Into player mode, sort of. So then the interstitial map should this should just be this. If button 5 is pressed, load the battle screen. Is that it? Seems straightforward. So I hit X, I go to the interstitial, I hit X, I go to the game, good. And then so I need to reproduce that in a few places. So you can advance the map when you enter the game from the title screen. You can advance the map when you explicitly manually advance the map using map advance, which is just a it's over here, which is just a debug thing, but we're gonna have that for a little while. I think I can just do this. So if you manually advance the map, load the interstitial screen, which should put us in this update loop. I think that should work. So stage 1, I hit action and I advance stage. Stage 2, I hit action. Okay, do I care about that? It looked like the cursor press, like, is that button P or button? It is button P. The cursor press, the key press was red on the subsequent screen and selected the unit. That kind of sucks. I'm a little surprised that button P didn't handle that for me. Just try that again, make sure it wasn't a weird fluke. Yeah, it's happening. That's annoying. Why is that happening? We're done with that. Let's go over here. Let's see. Don't need you. Don't need you. Let me try this. Let's see if that does it. That button X thing is like... Yeah, StatCat, just, yeah, feel free to lurk. I'm just muttering to myself and programming here. I think the way people watch programming streams in general is they lurk. I thought about streaming for a long time and then figured programming is just too intrinsically boring. Who would ever want to watch this stuff? And then I kind of took a deep dive through the Science and Tech channel and found other game developers and stuff and realized it's actually pretty cool as like background noise or whatever. Like you're working on your thing, they're working on their thing. It feels more like a co-working experience. It certainly does not feel like television because actively watching this would be boring as all hell, but background it'd be kind of cool. So we select one player, we advance the stage, yeah, okay, so the button P thing just wasn't playing nicely with my manual debouncer thing that I wrote, and that makes sense, so fine, solve that problem. And this should work all the way through, advanced stage, and then we lock up, okay. What the hell's that all about? Stage 1, advanced stage, stage 2, advanced stage. Why does that happen? That doesn't make sense. Wait, what? Good. Good. Now I see nothing. The game looks locked. I press X and it advances, so what caused that? That's kind of surprising. I guess let's make sure map 3 isn't malformed or something. I don't know why it would be. Seems fine. I guess it'd be map 2 that would have to be malformed, since it leads into map 3. I mean, that all seems fine. So... I'll get it. We call map advance. We load the next map. We know that works. We load the interstitial screen. Don't need cursor anymore. Yeah, that doesn't make sense immediately to me. So, map.advance is being called successfully. So is screen.load being called. What was it? INTR, that's correct, I think. That's what I did in main, right? Or title. Screens.load, INTR. Screens.load, INTR. Okay. Weird. I don't know where that's failing. It's going to be super noisy, but see what it does anyway. Weird. You could see that it wanted to go. It just isn't loading the right map or something, but it, I mean, said it did. Screen.load, game.screen becomes the interstitial loop. Oh, am I buffering again? Damn it. We are here. Let's print. Let's see if it's like a switch bounce problem or some, oops, switch bounce kind of problem or something strange. So one update. Oh, wait, this is me. I'm being stupid, I think. Wait. No? Something is getting screwy because I'm using the Enter key to advance through some of these maps. Press X. That's weird. Okay, let's get rid of this noise. We can see that we're drawing, so get rid of that noise. On here, let's... just see what's going on a little more clearly. So start... that loaded from the title screen here. And that was invoked after the map was loaded, so that should be correct. So I press X, and an interstitial update has fired. That's correct. An advanced stage It advances to map 2, that's correct. I hit X. It fires an update, that's correct. I hit advance stage. To map 3. And it just didn't load the map. I don't understand. And now I am... It's waiting. It just hasn't redrawn the screen. Press X. So the thing that is malfunctioning is the... Oh, it might... Is it still in the battle loop or something weird? I think it's still in the wrong... It might be in the wrong loop or something. That would sort of make sense. So, okay. There should only be one screen. Screens that load interstitial. Screens that load interstitial. See what that does. That doesn't make sense, but see what it does. So we start. That loaded an interstitial via the title screen. I hit X, and that triggered. That fired within interstitial update. That's what we want to see. Advanced stage. That advanced to map 2. That's correct. I hit X. Called for an update. That's correct. Hit advance. That cleared the screen and then did not draw. How the hell did... Why aren't these firing? Do these not have values? That would make sense, sort of. Just step away for a second. I'll be right back. Okay. So let's see if anything is being written here? Good. Good. No. What's that all about? That's really weird because we're clearing the screen, we're filling with a black rectangle, and then we... This just doesn't print? I mean, I don't get it. It's not like the draw color is set to black or something because we're explicitly specifying a draw color, so that can't be it. So, you know, I was thinking maybe there's a black on black thing happening, but that can't be what's happening. And I would, you know, instincts would say maybe race condition or something, but this is a single thread. I don't know what could be racing anywhere. That's weird. So this works when called from the title screen. And called from map 1 though, because map 1, the transition from map 1 to map 2 should be the same as every transition thereafter. Only the title screen from outside of the battle loop should be the oddball, so that doesn't make any sense. So okay, this works. What are we doing? Load interstitial. Now, prior to here, we had explicitly loaded the next map. So we had loaded map 1, then invoked screen.load, interstitial. On map advance, what? We're explicitly loading a map, and then we're loading the interstitial screen. I don't see how that's any different. We've confirmed that the map number is correct. We're loading the correct screen, so presumably the correct methods are being invoked. I mean, we know that we're here in screen's interstitial draw. And update. There's no way, but let's see if rectfill is like somehow not finishing fast enough. I mean, that would be insane. I'm just for the hell of it, what happens when we drop this to 30 frames a second? I'd be stunned if this were the problem, but I want to roll everything out. Wait, I did that wrong. Wait. No, okay. That's so weird. We should just be calling this function and nothing else. So how is this even possible? And these are static strings. I don't... We're doing rectangle, then text. We're doing a clear, filling the screen black. And then we're drawing. You make super sure that print works the way I think it does. The color to use for the text, which is 7, which is not 0, so it's not black on black. Wait, whoa. Now what the hell is that? So this is like the wrong black screen? It's only coincidentally a black screen? That's pretty weird. What loop are we? I don't understand this is even possible. What the hell loop are we in? And how did we get here? Oops. I don't know what code path I have that would just draw a black screen. I assume this should crash. If game.screen.draw were nil, surely that would crash, right? Wait. Yeah, I don't get this. Map.current.num. Okay. Sure. That looks fine. That's mind-boggling to me. Let's do this disgusting thing here. Map 3. Let's kind of artificially give yourself a map 4, and I want to see if the problem occurs on the transition into the last map, or the first transition following the first transition that did not come from the title screen. This should give us some information, I think. So we have 4 maps, and map 3 and 4 happen to be identical. That's what we have. Okay. So what that means is that the interstitial from the title screen to the battle loop works, but just the map.advance thing just like straight up doesn't work. I don't know. Right? Is that what that means? Because this, oops, bounced. This is the title screen doing this. This is map.advance doing it. Do that again and it breaks. I think I can even do this here, so advanced stage, does that work? Now we're on stage 2. That didn't tell us anything. Yeah, so the map.advance thing must just like not work. So why though? What is there to not work? Shouldn't have anything to do with the battle screen, I don't think. So screens.load. We're loading a map, we're loading a screen. I don't get it. It's really weird. Maybe it's something to do in here. Would that make any sense? I don't think so, because we're seeing the text we expect when we see the screen, so that's... I don't think that's it. Let's record that too. Let's debug this. I think maybe I learned a lesson. I'm not sure this is the problem by any means, but I think I learned a lesson about mixing button P with the thing I wrote. So let's see. What is this? Button X. Button P. And what did I do? Button... Input. Button... Up and down. I'd be shocked if that had anything to do with it, but I think I like that idea better anyway, so let's try that. So we've loaded the interstitial from the title. I press action. We've registered an update on map 1. I hit advanced stage. Loaded the interstitial in stage 2. Press an action. We're down here. And now we're nowhere. I don't understand. But then you click a button and the map loads. It's like, where the hell are we when the screen is just black? I don't even know what loop that could be. Advanced stage. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, god damn it. Okay, hang on. Damn it. It's the camera. Okay. It's the camera. Because as we navigate among the stages... That only makes a little bit of sense, though. I mean, we can see that's the problem, because there's our interstitial just hanging out partially off screen. What I don't understand is why it actually works when going from... No, I do know why it works. On the title screen, the camera is at 0, 0. On map 1, the title screen is at 0, 0. On map 2, the title screen is 16 cells to the right. So this is 100% the camera. And I was thinking that rectfill draws to the screen when in fact, what, it draws to like the graphics buffer or something, I guess. In any, like... No, I think I'm right. I think we can just set the camera. The root cause of the problem is different with the camera. So there are two solutions. One is to set the camera always at 0, 0 on the interstitial. But if we do that, we will desync the camera and the map. Because, yeah, okay, we know the root cause of the problem, though. Now this is just about fixing it. Because here, we're doing this kind of thing. Self.current.camera. I mean, we could do this reassignment. Sort of hate that, though. That'd just be straight up duplicating code. But yeah, let's figure this out. So, we can back out of that. That was useful. This isn't elegant, but it might be the least inelegant to just do what I backed out of thoughtlessly here. Do print, like we just account for the camera coordinates. I think that might be the way to go. So we do... We print the message at oops. I think we just do this. Sort of gross. Rectfill x0 y0 so it should be x y X plus 127, Y plus 127, color. Ten plus X, 10 plus Y, right? I feel like that should probably get it, because now we're accounting for the camera position. And again, it's gross that we have like all these globals everywhere, but I'm gonna live with that for now. So that still worked. Advanced stage. Okay, we've missed. X, Y, X0, Y0. X1, Y1. Wait. No, that should be right. XY, camera pixel X, camera pixel Y. Rect fill. XY. Why did we miss? Zero, zero. Zero, 120. What would I expect that to be? Would I expect that to be... Oh, not camera. Oh, stupid. It's not the camera, it's the map. It's where the map starts. Because I think I do have... I think I, like, did normalize the camera to the screen or something. Yeah, it's not the camera. It's map. It's gonna be like map cell times 8. Something like that. Map.cell.x times 8. I think. Let's see what that gives us. Crash. Attempt to index field cell a nil value. Map.current. Because we want an instance of the map. So we're at 0, 0, that's what we expect. Advanced stage, we're at 256, 0. What the hell? I think it's cell.wnh. Or is it? Wait, cell... Cell is where it is starting? What am I doing in debug? It's gotta be the same logic. So I'm using camera here because I'm affixing the debug text to the same position on screen as I scroll across the map. Oh, it's the plus 127 that's incorrect. Wait, no, because I want to draw to the visible screen, which is 120 pixels wide, starting at cell times 8 pixels, I would right? Oops. I'm a little surprised it doesn't work, actually. It seems like that should find it. 0, 0, sure. Advanced stage. So we've missed. We're at 256.00. How the hell did we get there? So Bertus, how's it going? Good to see you tonight. I'm struggling with something that I expected to take all of 10 minutes. I've been stuck here for an hour. Did you manage to get all the graphics cards working? I did not. I learned something that surprised me. So I had bought an i9 processor which fits the Intel LGA 1151 socket, and I assumed that any Intel processor that fits that socket would be compatible with that motherboard. But when I did some research, that just is not correct, which I guess shame on me for not thinking about that, but really shame on Intel, in my opinion. That's just stupid. So what I did was, over the weekend, I ordered another motherboard that should be compatible with that processor, and when that gets here, I think tomorrow, then I'm going to take another crack at it. And what I think I've decided is that I am, for now, going to keep using the same chassis, even though it's going to be a kind of a pain on the ass to work on, just because I'm hoping to move soon, and I'm not interested in building a big, bulky rack server before I do that. So yeah, what I'll probably do is just this weekend, I'll just sit down and I might stream it, I might not. Just spend hours jiggling wires and crap until it all comes online. The only fear I have now is I'm really hoping that I didn't destroy the i9 by putting it in the wrong socket. It seems like Intel should have some mechanism to prevent that from happening, but again, I would say they should have a mechanism to prevent an incompatible processor from being into a socket. So I don't know, but yeah, with luck, I'll get that online over the weekend, and then we can start digging into the TensorFlow labby kind of stuff. The socket pins should be the same, so you don't think there's much of a risk that I blew out the CPU then? Hopefully, StatCat. Because like I kind of assumed that it's just like an unsupported instruction set, but hopefully no like physical damage. Okay, Okay, that's good. That's good. And again, shame on me, but shame on Intel. I don't think that's an unreasonable ask that they just change the socket to like 1152 or something if it doesn't fit every 1151 processor. I don't know. But anyway, Suberitus, what we're trying to do now, which has shockingly taken a whole session, is I'm just trying to get interstitials between maps where like it tells you stage 1, X continue or whatever. This is just trickier than I expected because it took me a while to figure out what the problem was, but I'm thinking as if I'm drawing pixels to the screen, when in reality I'm drawing to visual memory somewhere, like I guess the graphics buffer somewhere, and our camera is elsewhere. I think that's, I'm pretty confident something like that is the problem. I'm still not even entirely sure how like the memory management stuff works in Pico 8, because the docs, from what I've read, don't go into any real depth. Though I guess I'm looking at a fan wiki and not the official docs here. Maybe I just need to read the real docs more thoroughly. But anyway, I think we've identified the problem. I just haven't solved it yet. And I'm confused by the numbers I'm seeing here. So let's see. Do I care about this? What are we even working on? Don't care about this. Don't care about that. It's really just this. So map 1, cell X is 0, 0, or cell is 0, 0, then it's 32, 0. And the camera is at 0, 15, and I think I've normalized the camera. Did I normalize the camera to the... What did I even do with the camera? I don't remember how I wrote that. The camera has cell and pixel coordinates. So maybe I do want the camera, and maybe I use cell and should have used pixel. What did I must have done something stupid. Trash all this. I don't know. I've done a dumb thing somewhere. Let's back out. Just write this over. And really all I care about is this. If I can just get the rectangle in the right spot. The text is trivial. Yeah, don't care about that. So it should be X. It should be that, right? It seems like it should be that. Does that put a rectangle in front of us? Yes. No. What the hell? And we're at 0, 120. Why are we at 0? So the camera... Okay. Oh, because... Oh my god, this is so complicated. So I forgot... some maps start yeah. The camera doesn't always start in the top left position of the map. So though it still kind of seems like the rectangle should just be where the camera is, plus the width of the screen. X0. The x-coordinate of the upper left corner. Do I hate this? I think I hate this. I think I'm making this way more complicated than I need to. I should just ignore my camera and use the, like, default one, and then I won't have to track any state, and I can just write to position 00. Yeah, that's what I should do. I should ignore my own camera. So I should do rect fill, yeah, right. Rect fill 0, 0, 127, 127, 2 to draw that red square or whatever, who cares. And then I go camera 0, 0, and I ignore my fancy camera that accounts for grid coordinates and blah blah blah, map layout. Don't care about any of that. I just want the Pico 8 native camera to go to 0, 0. Yeah, that should be it, right? This rectangle, advanced stage. That's the idea. The other thing that sucked about that is it looked like the camera was animating. I don't know. We don't care about that now. Trash all of this. So we clear the screen. We clear the screen, we draw a rectangle, we print the X and Y don't mean anything anymore. We print what we want. We put the camera there. This has to get it, right? Good. Advanced stage, good. Advanced stage, good. Advanced stage. Okay. God, finally. That was... I made that so much more complicated than it needed to be. Let's get rid of that stupid red color. Good. 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 Obviously this aesthetic is terrible, but again, it's terrible everywhere. We don't care. We'll make it look better later. And Fubar Baz is not a particularly compelling plot, but we don't care. So let's go rip out that print H crap. I put everywhere. Run our linter, formatter, etc. Take a look at this diff. So what do we do? We added the interstitial screen. We added interstitials to maps 1, 2, and 3. We removed a dead comment. We added an interstitial property to our map table class. I forgot to rip that out of advance. Rip that out. Include interstitials, comment, property, map advanced now loads the interstitial screen. I changed the title screen to use my button up thing, my input class rather than the natives, and I think I want to keep that, but I'll commit that separately. And the title screen now loads the interstitial, and we've added an interstitial screen to the game object table. Then I also I think I pulled a map load out of title update. Yes. Okay, fine. So let's see. Screen title, I want 2 commits on. We replaced replaced calls to the native button P with calls to input class methods. And then everything that remains in the diff should be interstitial stuff. Looks good. I'll make one more time, make sure we're formatted. Good. Feature for maps, we stubbed map interstitial screens. Rebase on that. Oh, and then I forgot to modify our to-do document. Let's run through the game again real quick. Make sure we didn't blow up. Stage 1. Wait, wasn't there... We may not be done. Let's go explode this guy. So he explodes. Yeah, we're not done. So in the battle loop, so if we've lost, load the defeat screen. If we've won, load the map, load the interstitial screen. And then just, like, leave. Should probably have had a return there. Because if we win or lose, we want out of the battle update loop. Let's try that. So let's go explode this guy. The next major thing to do is implement like actual combat and stuff. Right now, if you click on a guy in your firing radius, he is deleted. Obviously, that's not how the actual game is going to work. So we explode this guy. Oh, also, I don't draw a cursor if there's a guy there. Wait, that's correct. Okay, good. Explode a guy. We see the interstitial. And actually, let's see, do I even want to do that? Now think about it. Actually, I don't want that. Because I don't want to load the map interstitial. I want to like animate some like you won or you lost thing. And then I want to load the interstitial. So actually, I'm going to back out of half of this. To do display a victory banner, and to do really, that defeat screen might change. That won't be like a game over screen. That'll just be like press X to try again or whatever. So I back out of this. I actually don't display the interstitial. We just know that we need to do it. We'll comment that. But I do want to keep these returns in here to exit this loop. That was just an oversight from before. So let's run this again. Interstitial, click through it. Go blow up a guy. And it just loaded the map because we're gonna do a banner and stuff there, so that's great. Yeah, right. That's good. We advance the stage. You know what? I do want that interstitial. I want both. There should be a banner, a victory banner, then an interstitial for press X to start the next stage. I want both. explode a guy. Interstitial. So there should have been a banner. There isn't. We'll do that later. Maybe next time I stream. But then we're on the next map. I hit X. Here's a guy. And I cheat. And then just go advanced stage. Interstitial. And I cheat one more time, advanced stage, and that's the last map and we win. So okay. So that's an improvement. And that, I think, probably does it. Let me grab a drink really quick. I'm about to wrap up, I think. Okay. One more time. Let's look at where we are. Oops. I hit escape. Well, I think we know that that works. So, what does that mean? We have, we know we have at least one A-star bug to fix. Because we can see we go, for whatever reason, we're going over the water here, the cursor kind of goes off-road in there and drives into the water. I don't know what that's about. That's weird. So we need to fix that. There are some optimizations. You're gonna start your NSRBG soon? That's cool. Yeah, we have one or two people here. I'll host you if you're online, because I'll probably go off in 5 minutes or something like that. Or raid you. I forget how that works. We need to fix our off-roading bug. There are some optimizations to do, though I don't know if I super care, because this is actually not that bad. Okay, yeah, absolutely, Mega. That's not too bad. Given that we're only going to be pathing short distances, at least as the player, though we will have to path longer distances when the CPU is plotting moves across the whole map. So maybe we do yet care about that. We implement a real attack mechanic, and this is the crux of the entire game. The power balancing of balance of power. This is the whole point of the game, is to explore that mechanic whereby I allow you to rebalance units every turn. So there's going to be a lot of work and thought put into that, and I might start that next. I'm not sure. I kind of need to think how I want the UI to work for that, because if I do that wrong, that will be very clunky, which obviously I don't want. this config thing, I'm just going to take that out. That I haven't needed that. We can stub sound effects. I got this, I can't really mess with the camera right now, but I have a synthesizer next to me here. And what I want to do when we're ready to stub sound effects is kind of think of what we eventually want the game to look and sound like, you know, have like a cohesive aesthetic kind of in our heads. And then the synth is a nice one. It has an oscilloscope built in. And, you know, with Pick 08, we can't actually import samples or anything, but we can look at the oscilloscope on the keyboard, on the synth, find a noise we like, and then use the Pick 08 waveform editor to try to come up with, you know, an approximation of what we see on the oscilloscope. I think that'll be a lot of fun, and it'll start to make this feel more like a game and less like this, you know, kind of pointless thing it is now. Animation, I'm starting to think I don't want to animate this. One, because of CPU constraints, and two, because of just the aesthetic. Everything does look like garbage currently, and I have no illusions about that. But what I think I would like to do is, you know, this game, I'm making it in Pick 08, and I want this game to be fun, but in my head now, this has shifted from a Pick 08 game to a Pick 08 prototype for a game that I'll eventually write in something else. Whereby something else is probably either Godot, or maybe I'll just kind of go closer to the metal and use Rust and SDL2, primarily because I want a hefty Rust project to sink my teeth into. So anyway, when we do that, when we're free of these graphical constraints, we're going to need an aesthetic. It'll become a lot more important. And what I think I want to do, given that I'm a software engineer, I'm not an artist, is I want to lean pretty heavily on geometry and abstraction. Kind of like, if you remember, like Geometry Wars or whatever it was from like Xbox Live Arcade circa 2006 or something. Something like that, where you're not looking at pictures of units, you're looking at representations of units. So if that will ultimately be the aesthetic, I don't even want to bother animating rivers and stuff like you would have in Advance Wars or something, because again, I don't want pictures, I want symbols, I think. So I'm going to take that off the list. Oh, and then we also need a victory and loss banner. That's what we encountered tonight. And then you guys probably can't see this, and you definitely can't feel it, but I'm just a little bit unsatisfied with how the camera and cursor handle just when I press the keys. Like, the cursor's a little too jumpy, and the camera is a little too jittery, and there's just stuff like that that isn't perfect. So I want to spend a night refining the inputs. But let's see. Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna or next time I stream, maybe tomorrow, we'll either work on the victory loss banner, or we'll start like experimenting with that real attack mechanic. Which I guess let's treat that as two things. We want a power balance menu. We have to have that. We have to have our power balance menu. And really think through the implications of the mechanic I want to explore. And then we have that worked out. Then we can implement the actual battle mechanic. And then, like, I'm not sure who all is in the room right now, but the other big experiment I'm taking with this game is I actually don't want to program in the traditional sense any AI at all for it. What I want to try to do, and this might be unrealistic, I don't know yet, but what I want to try to do is I have off camera here what was formerly a cryptocurrency miner with 6 GPUs in it. I want to pretty soon convert that into a TensorFlow lab and see if we can use reinforcement learning to teach the AI how to play this game, and this will all be done outside of the Pico 8 environment, and come up with, you know, an output for that algorithm, and then just embed that in Pico 8, so we'll actually have like a neural net running in Pico 8. If we can do that, that will be badass, because like that's clearly not what this platform is like for, right? That'll be a really interesting combination of high-tech and low-tech, so to speak. So that'd be cool. Which also makes me remember, where are we info-wise? So we're at about 50% of our token count, about 50% of our character count, about 50% of our size count. So that's not bad. So that'll leave us enough room to build out everything other than the AI, because I don't think the menuing and stuff might be another 500 lines of code. I don't think that'll be all that big. And then what we're probably going to end up with is a single file that is just a big ass blob of, you know, neural net weights, right? And then we'll have to write some code to kind of do like the TensorFlow Lite thing and do something with them. I don't know. That'd be kind of crazy, kind of ambitious. I've never done this before. Could easily just fall flat, but I think it'd be fun to try. And if it fails, then we'll write a traditional algorithm-based AI, whatever, who cares? And then the other thing I have set up too is if we find that we're running low on space, the dirty trick here is that I have in our make file a minifier set up that isn't in use yet though, because as far as I'm aware in Pico 8, all your code comments, everything counts against your character budget. So I insist on writing clean commented code, but if we have to look for dirty tricks, we can run that minifier to strip comments, concatenate files, suck out white space, and then kind of do like a, as much as I hate Webpack, kind of do like a Webpack bundle kind of thing. And then just import that bundled file into the actual Pico 8 executable. So I think that's the approximate roadmap. But yeah, next time I stream, maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday, Friday, I don't know, we'll probably start working on either this victory or loss banner or the power balancing menu. But yeah, in any case, thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. We got some people in here. It's a big night for me, as viewer-wise. It's nice to have you. Hope to see you all again. And let's go ahead and assume that Mega Stack Cat is either online or online soon. So how do I do this? Let me verify, because I guess we can do one thing of these. On or... So Mega, okay, so they aren't on yet, but let's host, and when they come online, you'll really enjoy the channel. It is a they're working on a some NES modding, very cool stuff. But we'll see y'all again soon. Have a good night.